Welcome to Tourism Talk. I'm your host, Mary Hammond, Director of the Paducah Convention and Visitors Bureau. And I have two guests today that I'm anxious for you to meet. Paulette Mentor, she may seem familiar, she's been on the show before. Welcome again, Paulette.
Thanks, Mary.
Paulette has Mentor Gallery, also known as the Giraffe Lady. And Durwin Ursery, I got that right.
Yes.
From the Ryan Ursery Gallery.
Riley Ursery.
Riley Ursery. And Riley is your wife's maiden name.
That's correct.
Riley Ursery Gallery in Lowertown, and they're representing the Lowertown Art District. And we're here today to hear what's going on in Lowertown, what changes are going, who's new, how we can get around downtown, down in Lowertown, and hear what's going on and hear about your group. So welcome.
Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you.
I'd like to start out with people learning a little bit about each of you, so they don't just say, well, yeah, that giraffe lady was on there, and that guy that, I think he's a nursery. No. So they know a little bit about us, about yourselves. Tell us, Durwin, tell us about yourself.
I'm an architect. I spent most of my professional career in Chicago. I also have a planning and urban design degree. So I've spent a lot of years doing planning, and so we retired, and I'm still practicing architecture here.
Good.
Doing a house in Lowertown now, and so we're pretty much, that's it. You know, as an architect, it's fun to see a community grow and develop, and so that's kind of my background in a short nutshell.
And your wife is the artist.
My wife is a painter, and she's been painting all of her adult life, and she's had shows wherever we've lived and whatever we've done. And now that she's in Lowertown, she's able to take workshops and from other artists down here. So that's a wonderful addition to our life here in Paducah and in Lowertown.
How did you find out about Paducah?
Well, my wife was associated with the Art Institute in Chicago and got all their publications. So we were living in South Arkansas, where I grew up, and she said, I've been reading about this town, Paducah, and it's on the way to Chicago. So we came through in Christmas a couple of years ago and met with the city officials and talked to them, and I said, there's only one requirement I have. I've done 2 or 3 older houses. I'm not doing another one. So I want to do, if we move here, do a new house. So that was fine with them. And so we visited a couple of times and found a lot. And the city helped us acquire it. And it's worked out very well. We've been in about a year now in our house.
Okay.
So we have a gallery studio for my wife, and I have a work area for myself, and living, you know. So it's working out real well.
And tell us where you're located.
We're at 527 North 5th Street. So we're, if you're on Martin Luther King, you turn there, and we're the second house on the right.
Next to
Body
Bon
Bon
Bon.
Bon, and across the street is Carol Fowler and Dwayne Smith, and the Anthonys have moved in next door, who are doing the deli downtown. So we have a nice block, and Bill Oakley lives on the corner.
Yes.
He's a long-time resident there.
They were my neighbors when I lived in Lowertown,
Oh, is that
20
right?
years ago.
Oh,
I
they're
lived
wonderful.
on 8th Street.
He and Sue are just really nice.
Yes, they are. Very dear people. I don't know about the deli.
Oh, it's between 2nd and 3rd Street.
Okay.
Right, they've just finished doing the brick facade. They've redone the facade, and so I don't know when they're going to open, but they're working on it. So that should be a real asset, and they say they
Yes.
want to provide a service that people in Lowertown and downtown, we tend to look at Lowertown and downtown as linked together, and certainly want that to be more. So they want to do that in their business too.
Good. We need that. Those as we spoke before the show about those openings to Lowertown, those gateways, and I hope that they'll be part of that, bringing people from downtown into Lowertown. But we'll talk some more about that.
Okay.
And what about Body Bon Bon? Have you been in there?
Oh yeah, my wife has been in there. I know Doug and Darlene, and next door neighbors. They're wonderful neighbors, and yeah, she has a lot of fragrances. That's how I would describe it. And they're open on the galleries and
Yeah.
Fabulous Fridays and all of those. Has the flag out flying.
yes.
And,
Well, I tell you, I love each block has got its own personality, and that each block is made up of so many different types of folks from all over, and it really makes it exciting.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. And I tell you, I appreciate Lowertown has helped us grow as a community. Not just the economic side, not just bringing visitors and the revitalization, but just helped us grow as a community. How we see ourselves, help us to be learn about the arts. It's just been it's such a positive experience, and I hope it's the same on both sides. I hope that everybody feels the same.
Oh yeah.
I think Paducah, we've expanded, and not just by boundaries. Physical boundaries.
Part of our mission is to reach out with culture and art, and the artist would like to, for example, hold demonstrations and workshops and provide an opportunity for non-artists to come and see if they would like to do that, as well as shop and as well as, just visit and those kind of things. My wife has taken 3 workshops. So, it's a real opportunity for people to come down and experience and ask and say, why don't you do this or that? And we'll, try to do that.
I hope that you'll, with your architecture, help us to understand the architecture of the different homes that are down there and the periods of them. There's so many ways also, which is an art in itself. The
Yes,
architecture. Well, back to Paulette. I'm glad you're with us.
Thanks.
Since the last
Mary.
time you were on this show, you've had an addition. You only had one giraffe before. You had Johnny Giraffe.
Johnny the dad, and now we have Gigi the baby, who came the first day of spring.
And that is exciting. Gigi.
Gigi.
That's good.
Yeah.
And we have used that as a landmark.
Yeah.
It's on 6th Street, 6th and Madison, across the street from what has always been known as the Alvin Barkley Museum. So it's a good landmark. Actually, there are good corners within Lowertown to use as landmarks.
Sure.
Another thing that we talked about that we hope that we'll share with you in only the very beginning of this. You'll hear more about it as the organization tries to define these landmarks, so that if you're at one, you go, oh, and here's what's in this area.
Right. Yeah.
Well, what's going on at the Mentor Gallery?
Well, I'm painting. These are the colors you
Oh,
can
I
see.
see. Oh, part of your manicure there.
Blue
I
and
see.
green.
Oh.
Stay there. I'm doing more work, so I'm excited about that.
And you're carrying a lot of different artists in your gallery.
I
Now,
do.
there are differences. Now, for all of us who are entry level, a gallery and a studio. Now, you have a studio.
Yes.
Do you have a gallery?
Our house is really the gallery.
Okay.
It's a studio because it's more of a working environment. It's not a gallery where pictures are just hung. So if you come in, you'll see things going up, coming down, unstretched, and it's where my wife works. So it's not as neat as Paulette's in a lot of ways.
But that's all part of what makes it up. It doesn't. They don't all have to be galleries or carry other artists. Or people also like to see how an artist works and lives. I
Yeah.
think that's what part of what makes this such a unique situation. That it's all of us together here.
That's the interest.
That's the interest,
Yeah.
though. That it's not like shops that are carrying artwork. All of them.
Right.
That they're. It's just very unique, which is why it's attracted so much national attention, I believe.
Well, one of the stimulating things for an artist is for people to come in and say, why did you do that? What is that? And not feel intimidated, not say, oh, I better not say a word.
Right.
But just ask the artist. Why is, in simple questions, and then both it benefits the artist and the person they're visiting, and they'll come back, and the more they come back, the more they're apt to go to other artists and other galleries. But a studio is a wonderful opportunity to explore ideas.
But consequently, studios are the kind of thing that open on those special times to bring people in. It's not something where it's like you're open 8 to 5, that kind of thing. These
That's
are
correct.
because this is a studio where there's an artist working all the time. It's a little different situation. But also, we talked about the questions people ask, similar to what they do at the quilt museum. What you don't want to ask is, can you do that one with blue so it'll go in my bedroom? People want that. When you go to the quilt museum, have often said that. Oh, I really
Right.
like that. Oh, if you could just do it
yeah.
in blue.
Right.
So
Art doesn't have to match your couch.
it doesn't have to match your
That's
couch.
right.
And please, everybody remember that.
It's in my sidewalk, you can see.
Oh, is it? That's right.
Yeah.
Well, your sidewalk's pretty
Yeah.
interesting to read anyway.
Yeah.
It's got lots of cool things in it. But and the artists you represent are not even all from this area.
No,
there
I
are
have
some,
I have some Lowertown artists' work
That's
though,
great.
and Kathleen Kelly and Erica Moore, Bill Renzulli, and I'm going to forget somebody. Teresa Perry is now
Oh,
doing
good.
some pieces, and I have some of her work. So
It's fun to see the artists since the beginning of this program, and as people have come and joined the neighborhood, and there have been influencing one another and bringing the influences from your past life in, and see
Yeah.
people evolve. And I guess one that I've really seen is Bill Renzulli, and he's gone in a lot of different directions. Besides what he originally was doing, that I knew of him doing when he moved here, and that's been enjoyable. Which Bill do you have?
which piece? Yeah.
Well, which
Yeah.
style? Because he has some different
I
styles.
have his big pieces, his acrylic pieces, for the most part. His gallery is small-ish, and he has a lot of work, so I get to have his big pieces in my gallery.
That's great.
Yeah.
I really like that he's done some Lowertown pieces. Oh, here we've got on our screen. So if you're watching, you can see on the screen that that's a piece of Bill Renzulli's, and how nice that is. He did some barns and pieces out in the country, but he's also done buildings in Paducah around the
Right,
town,
right.
and I love that.
Right.
So the artists have come together, not just the artist, but the people who with the other stores, people with the deli, the
Business
bank.
people.
Business people have come together to support Lowertown to make the Lowertown Art District.
Association.
And this is an area that's defined. It's not even really quite the boundaries of what we talked of the National Register of Historic Places, because that when that was
Right.
laid out and that designation was given to the neighborhood, the roads were different. So there's some little bit of differences here, but this is pretty inclusive.
Yeah, well, we have a corporation. It's a 501c6, and with this designation, we can still be not for profit, but we can also solicit business to come, and we wanted to promote the businesses in Lowertown.
You can see here, passionate about the arts, passionate about Paducah.
Right,
Now this
right.
is, the artist relocation program. The city works hard with that. Paducah
Right.
Bank works with it. But this is an organization to really just to bring everybody together and to move forward.
Right, and Paducah Bank is a member of
Yes.
our association, and Pat's. So we have still a lot of people who are there who can join with us. They're accountants and
Good.
attorneys and other artists
Or people
So,
who
yeah.
live in the city and the county, or
Well,
in
we-
Mayfield, people who support the,
we have
the
friends
arts
of
and what's happening. The friends,
friends
that's
of
good.
Lowertown, and
Right. Leo.
so they can join that way.
Good.
If you don't live in Lowertown and you want to support, you can become a friend of Lowertown
good.
Arts District Association.
Of course, there are a couple of things that jump to mind when I think about this, and working together as a community. And one would be, I noticed coming through on my way to work, new signs. Now these aren't big
Right.
official signs. They're very
No.
impromptu signs, almost like realtor.
They're
for
called
sa-
yard signs.
Yard signs. But they really give you a direction.
They
So
do.
if you're going down the street and it points and says, there, that way to
Right.
galleries, that way to galleries, it really helps. And it's just so minor, but it makes a difference.
We did that for Fabulous Friday at night. They're brighter and you can see
Yes.
at a distance a little better because it gets dark. But
Tell
we
us
put them
about
up
that
on-
Well, we had
Fabulous
a,
Fridays, yeah.
I must say we had one of the businesses down there donated the signs to us.
Oh, that's nice.
And several businesses have made donations.
Good.
And one of the events that we're very proud of was the lighting of the Christmas tree at Texaco, which kicked off Fabulous
Right.
Fridays.
Yeah.
The mayor was there and lit that, and we're encouraging people to do Christmas decorations on their homes, and so that's been very successful. And those kind of things have made it feel more like a specific district. It's a residential area, so it's not like downtown where businesses are touching each other as you walk down the street. So there are yards and there are things. So we're trying to structure ways to make it appear and feel more like a walking neighborhood, which it really is. I can walk downtown to Broadway in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so that's a real asset, and the river less than 10 minutes. But so we're trying to do some of those things, and we have plans for '08 to do a lot of other things. And one of those is that you mentioned, where is Lowertown? That's one of our big things that we want to look to do in '08. And in addition to that, once you know where Lowertown is, where are things within Lowertown? And how do you get from the city downtown into Lowertown? So we have a lot on our plate. We've only been incorporated since October of this year. So it's like 2 months, even though the map and a lot of things occurred prior to that, and a lot of conversation, a lot of effort. A lot of people spent many, many weeks and months in developing this corporation, and now we can focus into our long-range, long-term plans, and we're able to say, yeah, we can achieve these things, and set about raising money. We have people looking into grants. Like Paulette said, we're a C6, and businesses at certain advantages they have to donate to a C6, and so we have someone working on that. So in addition to shops and galleries, there are other kinds of things we're looking to do in the future.
This is very personal. We've had growing pains. Now I feel them too. And anytime that people, especially this particular program, I mean, everybody has been uprooted and moved here, and it's
Right.
challenges that most people can't understand.
But we cling to each other because
Yes.
of that, I think. I think everyone feels a real family situation there, because we've created it by coming. And
We're especially a professional community.
yeah.
We're a community of professionals who respect each other and admire each other's work. We may not do the same kind of work. It ranges from jewelry to sculpture to painting and a variety of other things. So it's that mutual respect and support that we want to instill and bring together and invite new artists to still come and do those kind of things and be part of this community. I see it a little more as a community than a family, but we all describe it differently. You know.
Well,
We
that's-
are a community.
Those, yes, it's very. Those words have many overlapping qualities,
Yeah.
but you feel
Yeah.
that community if you go to an opening, and those openings are listed. You can go onto our website, which people hear me constantly say, paducah.travel, which will link you to the association's website, link to the artist relocation program, links to the individual galleries. iList is on there, our own calendar of events, but iList especially for local events. It's very good. Go on there to see the galleries that are opening, and know that everyone is invited to those.
Right.
Come down and you will feel that community. You'll very much feel that atmosphere of support, and you can tell when you go around to the different galleries how they speak of one another, and that everyone is supportive, and it has to be that way. And it is that way with downtown. if we don't help each other, not even just within the downtown with the shops, and interact with Lowertown and sending people back and forth, it just has to be.
We do that.
Yeah, it all
We do
has to be.
that.
And I think your map is a good beginning for that. This is a
Connecting
good
the
connector piece. And if you have not seen this map, Lowertown and Downtown map in the Art of Paducah. And this is Paulette's baby, but she's
It's growing up.
her baby's growing up. It's already had some
Yeah,
changes.
yeah.
It's a great map. We've had different maps, and I think, like any map, we all have certain things we like off of different ones. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the hospitality map that it's on the pad. You know, I
Right.
like that you can.
Yeah.
I like the visitor map for seeing the whole community. Some people, they want those detailed maps. It doesn't matter how many times you give them any other map. They want a detailed city map. They're just that. I mean, you're an architect. You're
Yeah,
probably one of
yeah,
those people.
yeah. Well, I like to know where I am, where the river
See,
is,
I knew he
and
was one of
north,
those
and
people.
that sort of thing.
But on those detailed maps, you don't get the little square that has galleries and businesses open by day,
Right.
and that is a huge thing. People come in our office and say, "My goodness, I did find the neighborhood, got over there. I can't tell who's open."
Right.
And the first thing we do, we get the map and we say, "Okay, here's the day," and you look to see who's open. Now this, but of course, any map, everything's outdated the minute it gets printed. But this is a good place to start, and also the open signs.
The open flags.
The open flags that you
we're
can see.
Trying to make the flags important so you can see them from down the street.
Yes,
if
that's a really good
possible, you
idea.
know,
So when
so-
you see those yard signs and you look down the street and you can see that there are 3 banners hanging out,
Yeah.
or if you look down there and you go, "I don't
Right.
see any banners today." Well, you look on here, it's like, "Oh, well, they're not open today."
Right. And also on this map, I wanted to show people's work so you have a sense of the quality and
Right.
the style and so on, what people are doing. And it does have downtown and Lowertown, so
It
that's
does.
important.
And it's a very hard thing, and I say this on behalf of the Visitors Bureau. It's a very hard thing to represent as many people as we have now, and we
Right.
all try to be as fair, and we're working
Right.
together to get photos, and it's hard. And
Yeah. Well, people are busy and they have so much to do, it's difficult to get everything done.
it is. We try to have as many people represented and have as much different. I think we're working. You're working on gathering some pictures of the artwork,
Right.
and of space, not just of artwork, of the
Right.
spaces. I have to
Right.
quit moving my feet around. Okay, but you did a good job here, and I think
Thanks.
it'll only get better. I love it on your website, Lowertown Art District. .com,
Right.
LowertownArtDistrict.com. But
Right.
I love it when you go in here and it's Lowertown Trip Planner. So you've got these little tidbits in here, and I love that the first download the map. So this map is online.
And when you go onto the map, you can click on anyone's website right there.
Right there,
Just
and
go right on it. If you don't want to look at anything else, you don't have to. We try to make it easy. And
So if someone is
for
going
people to get right on.
Riley Ursery, and they want to go
Right.
right to Riley Ursery and see some work, they
Yeah.
click on there and
Yeah.
see where you're located, see your place. Download the map. Wear your comfortable shoes. Wear your walking
Right.
shoes. Somebody's not going to have to carry pedometers down there. You know, I mean, we're all counting our
Yeah.
steps. This is a good
Yeah.
way, good exercise. Get out there and just walk the neighborhood. I urge everybody, you know, if it's in the evening, if there was nobody open, walk the neighborhood so you have it in your mind. You know, Jefferson, Monroe, Madison, get where you know those streets. We all need to. This is our community. This is our city. Best days of the week to visit, Wednesday through Saturday. But there are some people open on those other days.
Oh, yeah,
There's always somebody open downtown, down in Lowertown.
I believe so.
I think there is.
Yeah.
Now you're open on Sunday, aren't
I'm
you?
open on Sunday.
So we don't want
Wednesday through
anybody to
Sunday.
say,
But
we went
I-
down, there was nobody open.
I open on Tuesday. If I'm
Right.
there working, I open. If I'm there Monday and I'm
Sure.
working, I open.
Now, and the
So-
setup of your gallery and studio is so that you can do so. And I see that we've got a piece of your
Yeah.
work up here.
Oh,
Isn't that?
thank you.
Does it match your
No.
fingers?
No, that, no.
A different piece.
That's
piece.
an older piece, and I'm having some new work now, so we're
That's
gonna.
good. But your physical location, your physical plant, allows you to come and go like that.
Yeah.
And we've got some more
Yeah.
pieces now. Whose is
That's
this?
Keith Cars.
Keith Cars. Yes,
Uh-huh.
I should have known that.
Yeah.
He's really good with the outdoors.
Right.
It's a nice piece. And whose is this? Do you recognize?
Let's see. Is it Charlotte?
Char Downs,
Chardowns.
yes.
Sorry,
Char Downs. That's good.
I didn't look at the list, and you know,
Deb Lyons.
Deb Lyons.
Yes, I
Good for
recognize
you.
Deb Lyons. That's good. I'm getting prompted.
Yeah, you've been
Thank
prompted.
you.
Good.
Over the shoulder. That's so there are many different types of art, and you're
Oh,
sure
yeah.
to be able to find something to fit your need and your budget. There's a really across the board.
And if I might say, people could come on, go to our website and inquire about anything in particular too, and there'll be someone to respond, and if they're looking for something in particular.
I feel that if someone did that and had a question or an inquiry, that it would be put out to the artist, and you'd get lots
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
answers to that.
Right.
What a good dialogue that
Right.
would be. Well, once again, please check our website, Paducah.travel, and also I got to look here, Lowertown Art District.com. Now that's art, no S on the end. So explore, get on the internet, do some click through, and check out the galleries. If you have any questions and you're downtown, stop by our office at 128 Broadway, or stop at the Texaco station. It is manned 5 days a week, and do you know the hours?
Noon to 3, I
Noon
think
to
it
3,
is.
and you'll
Noon to
see
3.
INEX in the little Texaco station, and that's located at 7th and
7th and Madison.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
that. Set at 7th and Madison, and INEX will get you started and explain. You walk right outside and point that finger and get you going in the right direction.
Can we plug Second Saturday?
Please do,
We have
yes.
Santa and free carriage rides
Oh, good.
with Santa, and oh gosh, I think we have music and carolers and
And the other thing is ask the artist questions.
yeah.
Don't be hesitant about why did you do this or why is it not blue? I mean, maybe, you know, I'm putting some people on the spot, but,
But do
that's
ask
good.
it.
Yeah,
Learn,
you know,
learn about the art, learn about the
yeah.
artist and what inspired them to do that particular piece, and we'll all be richer and better people for it.
Absolutely.
Well, please know how much we appreciate you making the choice to move to Paducah, be a part of our city, and be part of Paducah, and we love it. And thank you.
Thank you.
Join us next time for Tourism Talk. But between now and then, I want to see you in Lowertown. We'll see you on the streets. Thanks for joining us.